Hello friends, today's topic is buy now pay later for food. Let's rant.
Should you use a buy now, pay later option to pay for your groceries? Let's talk about it. I'm Cortland Stark, I'm a reporter, and this is The Sum, your friendly guide to personal finance and economic news. More and more people are using buy now, pay later programs to buy groceries. So what is buy now, pay later, or BNPL? These services are similar to credit cards. They allow you to make a purchase and pay for it over time, except usually there's no interest, and they can be easier to qualify for compared to credit cards or loans. But if you fall behind, you can get hit with late fees that can hurt your credit score. The New York Times reports that users tend to be economically vulnerable. According to a report from Adobe Analytics, BNPL services increased 40% in the first 2 months of this year, just for groceries. One person told The Times he ended up owing $1,000 to Klarna after spending more than he could afford to on food. This matters because it tells us that people are now relying on BNPL services for essential purchases instead of non-essential purchases because everyday needs are so expensive. Prices are up 4% from last year. That's better than the inflation rate from last summer of 9.1%. But these services are easier to access. Washington Post reports that consumers are already falling behind on credit card payments, car loans, mortgages, and soon student loans too. And when we know we don't have to pay in full immediately, we're more likely to overspend. According to the National Foundation for Credit Counseling, it creates a potentially dangerous situation.
Stop using buy now, pay later services to buy your groceries. You want to be paying 36%.
Okay, so that creator's name is Side Money Tom. I highly recommend following him because what he does is he gives real life data, like walking around his neighborhood and then looking up the houses on Zillow, or just reporting on this piece on Market Watch that basically shows how average Joes like me and you and him can know that we're going into a recession. My name's Ashley Evans. I'm 31 years old, so I was in the 11th grade back in 2008, and this is my first time going through a recession as an adult as well. And if you're my age, the same probably holds true for you. In the past 12 years, this hasn't been a popular opinion because we've had a good economy and money was really easy to come by as far as like low interest rates, low inflation rates. So people didn't want to scale down their expenses. They wanted to increase their income. But scaling down my expenses has been a key plan in helping me build my net worth. I think it's a really important skill in an economy such as this one. Okay, so I'm going to give 2 kind of real world facts and then 2 kind of mindset facts, but you really need to do like all 4 in order to be, successful. So let's get into it. All right, number 1 is your 3 largest expenses are going to be food, your housing, in your car. And if you can do anything to cut down those expenses, then you're going to get the most bang out of your effort. So for me, I have had roommates more or less like since 2019, but I own my house, they pay my mortgage, and it takes the financial burden off of me to pay my mortgage. I have delegated some of the financial burden. Same thing with my car. I bought like a Yaris, and then when it broke down on me, I paid for my car in cash. But I also went without having a car for maybe 8 months or something like that until I had enough money to buy a car in cash. Okay, so now for the mindset pieces. Number 1, do not believe anything that tells you that you can get rich quick. That's not the case. Like when people tell you that they make $50,000, $100,000 a month, they probably did, but it takes years of personal development and knowledge and networking and education on your field before you hit that amount of money. That kind of money comes from like a lot of money mindset recalibration. And last, but this is actually the most important piece, do not let shame, guilt, doubt, or embarrassment about your finances keep you from basically saying, I can move out of this situation. It can be really, really hard to believe that you can improve your financial situation, but you can't until you believe that you can. We can get through this together. I absolutely believe in you. Hang in there.
When people are using buy now, pay later for groceries, it should be a warning sign that bad things are coming in the economy if they haven't already started. So the latest numbers on buy now, pay later are genuinely alarming. Over half of Americans have used the service before. 22% have used it 6 or more times within the past year. And more people are using it for essential items like groceries instead of splurges. And buy now, pay later is unbelievably dangerous for a lot of Americans' personal finances. It exploits what's called present bias, which is our tendency to prioritize our immediate needs over future consequences. So if you are staring at a deep refrigerator, you have a family to feed, splitting $200 of groceries into 4 easy payments of $50 feels like a solution rather than what it actually is, which is high interest debt for consumable goods. And so what makes buy now, pay later also really dangerous is, of course, it often comes with fees and really high interest rates. It can affect your credit score if you miss a payment, but it also creates an illusion of control. When you pay with other methods like cash or your debit card, your money is immediately taken out of your account. You feel the pain of paying in the moment. Even a credit card, it's still associated with your account. You see that you kind of owe this money. But buy now, pay later often creates or removes a lot of the friction associated with paying. So it feels like you're not giving up that much to get these items in return. And of course, this can create a huge debt spiral. The same studies found that 41% of users have made late payments in the last year, up from 34% the year before. And even more concerning, 60% are juggling multiple buy now, pay later loans simultaneously. And so when you go to pay for something, you use buy now, pay later, you might not be thinking about your other buy now, pay later payments. And those are hitting you kind of every month or every week or however you set up. And that can compound. And by the way, the companies behind these services, they know exactly what they're doing. They are counting on you to miss payments because that's where the real profits come in. Like I've said before, a lot of them, if you miss payment, it'll come with like APRs that are exceeding 30%, which is higher than what traditional lending will give you. And so what we're seeing now as inflation persists, people start to feel more financially insecure, they will turn to these services out of necessity rather than convenience. And it could potentially lead to a debt crisis that will very quickly spiral out of control. If you're interested in, understanding today's financial landscape, especially in the lens of consumer psychology and behavior, you should definitely subscribe to my newsletter, Your Brain on Money. I talk about the psychological forces shaping our money decisions, and I give strategies on how to build genuine stability in today's world.
What's happening right now is not normal, y'all. 25% of Americans are using buy now, pay later for groceries. You're gonna want to save this video. Of course, like it, share it with a friend. Don't be selfish, but follow for more because it is so critical that in this season, not only do you learn money and how to play the game, but also that you increase your income, y'all. And I share those stats not to scare you, but to open your eyes that what is happening is not normal, yet we've normalized these things. So not only is 25% of the population in America buying groceries on buy now, pay later, but credit card debt is at an all-time high, you guys, over $1.1 trillion, which is the highest that it's ever been. And over 60% of Americans do not have $500 put away for an emergency. I don't know about you, that's a problem. Considering people can go to work 40, 50 hours a week and still can't pay their bills. So if you follow me long enough, I'm never going to be the person that just comes on here to fearmonger and share all these negative statistics and all this stuff. I'm here to share the reality of the financial system that, by the way, was never built to help you get financially independent. So I need you to lean in close and listen. We need to come to a place where you recite this to yourself, and I don't care if you do it daily. You can take control. You can learn how money works. You can learn to play the game because the game you were taught is not the one you should be playing. You can build something for your family and change your family's trajectory financially. But you have to make a decision. Here's the reality. We live in a country that has programmed you to be a consumer. And you hear my daughter playing in the background with toys. I'm a mom for real. Zero judgment, because if you're a parent, then you know. But I'm grateful to be able to build something that involves my children, that I have the flexibility. But listen, you need to find good mentorship. And I don't mean like just the people all over social media, which I'm grateful for this platform, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of misinformation on here. But get around some people that really want to take the time to help you learn, really want to take the time to help you understand, move with a sense of urgency, y'all. If you are not paying attention to what's happening within this financial system, and I'm going to talk to the people that are like, I'm not a numbers person, Francis, I'm not from the world of finance like you. I don't expect you to be. Some of our biggest rock stars here are nurses, engineers, teachers that love what they do, but they understand that they need to learn how the game of money works so that they can do the right thing with the money they already make. Not to mention the people that are looking for an opportunity to build something that's flexible, to be around community that is chasing the same vision. I don't know how it's so easy. I know because I study people in the industry and just psychology. But we buy so easily into this idea that we were born to be put at a desk for 40 hours a week where you're barely moving your body, which in turn makes half of America even more unhealthy. We should do that for 40 years of our life to not even be able to retire on 40% of that income. More 65 and 70-year-olds are going back to work than ever before. That is personal to me because God willing, he's 65 or 70 one day. And see, the thing is, so will you. Most of us are statistically going to live longer than we are going to die soon. However, you better have some life insurance, selfless plug, because you can die soon. You're not an exception. My point is, I need you to move with a sense of urgency. And parents, I want to talk to us. If not us, then who? And if not now, then when? Your baby's future is literally on the line. Understand that if you do not know what it looks like to invest, to save money, to build wealth, that the financial system is not about to take it easy on the children we leave behind who also won't know how to play the game in this country when it comes to money. Here's what I want to say to you. First of all, I need you to know that everything you need is already inside of you. A lot of what we teach is learned skill. But the second thing that I want you to understand is that if you're not moving with a sense of urgency, waiting is not going to help you in this kind of economy. Number 3 is if you are someone who's heavily bound in debt, one of your biggest goals right now should be to get out of debt. If your money belongs to everyone else, you cannot mathematically build anything. And number 4, if any of that conversation, whether it's, hey, I could really use some part-time income, I want some part-time income, maybe you want to fully make a career change, maybe you want to learn money and make some extra money, whatever your truth is, there could be a place here for you. So comment info below. Let's see if it's a good fit. Listen, and a good mutual fit, because I also love to work with people that are serious, they're hungry, and they understand that they know there's more out there for them. I'm telling you, you were not put here to pay bills and die. And I love people enough to tell them that. I love people enough to have hard conversations with them because you're capable, whoever you are listening to this video. So make sure you comment info below. I'm not saying that this is going to be a good fit for you, but I am saying to ask yourself, what's the alternative?
These pay in full installment apps got me in the chokehold. Because why am I over here trying to find a good app I can use to pay my groceries with? Now, I was this close to buying my groceries through Sezzle earlier, but they want a fee. They want me to pay like $7, and I don't have an extra $7 to give y'all. I was praying I can do it through a firm, through Walmart, but a firm don't let you buy groceries. Only like, I guess, furniture and all the big stuff that costs like $100, $200 or whatever. I think I've seen where you can use Zip. Have y'all used Zip to buy groceries before? Because y'all know I'm on this debt payoff journey. But since these kids been out of school, I've been going to Walmart every other day to buy groceries. And I honestly can use my credit card, but I don't want to. I'd rather use a pay in full installment plan. So which one do y'all recommend? Because I got like some stuff I can cook for breakfast and for dinner. But I need some quick meals. You know, these kids out of school. And I want like some meatballs, some Hot Pockets, some noodles, like stuff like that. Because they're not finna have me in the kitchen 24/7. And I'm so tired of washing motherfucking dishes. I wish I had a dishwasher. But yeah, y'all, let me know in the comments, okay?
This is crazy. Installment for groceries? What do you think about this? Comment down below, and thank you for watching, and until next time.